Apple just made a huge announcement that no one is talking about. No, it's not the fancy schmancy new iPad Pros or the rumors of an iPhone 17 Ultra, but it was a price cut to one of their most popular products of all time that shows that Apple is ready to win. It seems like in 2024, Apple and Tim Cook are about to do the unthinkable. They're about to make really good Apple products really, really cheap. Let me sort of explain Apple's new strategy for 2024 and how, if they get this right, they can win in a major way. Sorry, Android. And a big thanks to Anchor for sponsoring this video. So I know what I'm about to say might be a little controversial and might sort of blow your mind, but I've got to say it, Apple products are expensive. Sarcasm aside, I think that everybody knows that Apple has a reputation for making more premium high-end products. And to Apple's credit, a lot of the stuff they make is great, it's cutting edge, it's got really beautiful premium design and hardware, and while of course you're obviously paying a little bit of the Apple tax on everything you buy, with many of Apple's products, the price is a bit more justifiable. For the flagship iPhone, or if you want a high-end Mac, especially with Apple Silicon, I think that Apple's done a better job of delivering a value proposition with their products over the last couple of years. Vision Pro, a little too expensive. $1,000 stand for Pro Display XDR, Mac Pro wheels. Of course, there's gonna be some oddballs in there, but overall, Apple has sort of had this reputation for years and years, like Steve Jobs said.
We just can't ship junk. So there are thresholds that we can't cross because of who we are.
They make high-end stuff, high-end products, and with all that, comes some high-end prices. And while Tim Cook may have made some interesting choices during his tenure as CEO, I have noticed one particular shift over the last couple of months, maybe the last year or so, that has been very, very interesting to see play out, and that is a major shift in Apple's strategy, where they start to focus a little bit more on the lower end than the higher end, and not just making cheap products for the sake of making cheap products, but making good value products that pack good features, good design, and, a good amount of value for a reasonable price. Yeah, they may not have the most cutting edge design or bleeding edge tech. Maybe they've got a bit of an older processor and an older design, but for the price, they're pretty good at what they do, and in a lot of cases are worth it. And I think this makes so much sense for Apple because their current strategy really hasn't been working anymore. They sort of have their higher end customers, those who want the Apple Watch Ultra and the highest end iPhone and, crazy good Macs, those who are willing to pay. There's a lot of customers who love Apple and will buy the expensive stuff. But for others who are looking to save money and who are looking for more value, Apple sort of has this middle tier products that isn't super great, doesn't make a lot of sense, and isn't much cheaper than the higher end stuff. And now what we're starting to see is Apple sort of split their time. They'll make the high-end stuff, they'll make the Ultras and the Pros, but also start to deliver a little bit more value in their lower end, which I think is a really good thing, great for consumers, and makes a lot of sense for Apple. For example, with the AirPods lineup, Apple's got their $500 plus AirPods Max if you want to go that route. AirPods Pro are really great at sub $300. Even at that price, I think they're justifiable, but again, for some, that's still too much. Latest rumors now indicate that Apple is going to launch a $99 or sub $100 version of AirPods sometime this year. And the way they're going to do this is in typical Apple fashion, sort of upgrade the current version, the middle tier, like AirPods 3 to AirPods 4, and then repurpose the design and technology they've been using for a while now to bring costs down and make a more cost-effective offering. And for Apple, sub $100 is a pretty big deal, and think about what you're getting. You're getting a really, really good premium wireless audio experience. Great battery life, good audio fidelity, all of the sort of Apple creature comforts of automatic device switching. It's not gonna have active noise cancellation. It might not have the newest design or, even USB-C on the case for that matter, because Apple's weird about that. But for under $100, you're getting a lot of value and just a really good option if you're looking for true wireless earbuds. And I should say that as exciting as it is to talk about some more budget-friendly Apple products and things we'd like to see, I do think that one thing we can all agree on is that we don't want Apple to give us worse battery life, because battery life in our Apple products isn't all that great as it is, which is why if you're looking to supercharge your battery life experience across all your tech gadgets, you need this. It's the Anker Prime 27,650 milliamp hour power bank, pushing 250 watts, made by this video's sponsor, Anker. This thing is about the size of a soda can, but packs a ton of charging tech inside, along with, of course, a massive battery to keep your devices juiced up and good to go. Right away, you're gonna notice my favorite feature here right on the front. It's this built-in screen that's gonna show you all the info you need to know right at a glance. I love sort of the nerdy charging details here. Packing the latest PD 3.1 technology, you've got two USB-C ports here and a USB-A port that'll deliver up to 250 watts of power to your devices. So whether you've got a MacBook Air or a power-hungry MacBook Pro, this has got all the power you need to get those things recharged super quickly and ready to go. Plus, I love that I can pair it with its companion Anker app to get lots of cool real-time info and make adjustments, and the Anker Prime power bank is gonna wirelessly charge with the Anker 100-watt charging base for Anker Prime power bank really easily. I love dropping this thing on, it's so satisfying. And get this, not only can you sort of drop that thing on and let that thing do its wireless charging magic, but also this unit itself has a USB-A port and two USB-C ports as well, so this can sort of be perfect for your charging docking station here to charge up your tech as the battery recharges. It's Anker that does these little details so well, so appreciated, I love it, and I know you guys are gonna love it as well. So now is the time to supercharge your charging experience and easily charge up your tech anytime, anywhere, quickly and easily with the Anker Prime power bank. This thing is amazing, I love it, I know you guys are gonna love it as well. So if you wanna learn more, check it out for yourself today, hit the link down below and supercharge your charging experience today. It's a similar story over on the Mac side as well. Now, Apple has been sneaky about this because while they don't promote it on their official website, they actually are secretly partnering, or I guess not so secretly, partnering with Walmart to sell a $700 MacBook Air M1. This is obviously, again, the older design. It's on the M1 chip as we're now on M2 and M3 on the current Airs. But again, you're getting a whole lot of value here for the money. The M1 is still a plenty powerful, capable, and efficient processor in 2024. And just like the budget AirPods, this is not the latest and greatest MacBook Air design. This is sort of the older model that Apple had. But again, allowing them to keep this design helps Apple to sort of reduce the cost of this, just bringing the overall price down, which I think that most people, especially when they're looking at this, really appreciate. With that said though, there might even be more that Apple could do in this space. Remember we had heard those rumors a couple of months ago that Apple could be working to bring back the very iconic but also controversial 12-inch MacBook as some sort of MacBook SE. It was gonna have potentially white keys and sort of a white bezel and come in different colors, sort of be like the iMac version of the laptop, but the SE name would imply that this was more of a special edition, or what's a better phrase here? Or maybe SE means you don't have to sell everything you own in order to afford this laptop. Look, I'm not sure if Apple's gonna do this, but I do think with the strategies change we're seeing, it might make sense to offer an even lower end computer that, again, when I say low end, I'm not talking cheap and bad, but I'm talking more cost effective. And yeah, it's gonna have some compromises. Maybe Apple's able to put the M1 in this and give us a smaller screen and reuse different components. But if they could bring that price down even more, I think around the $500 mark, which I know is ambitious, if they could get something around there or even below that, I think that's another barrier they could break in the laptop space that would make a lot of people happy. And again, I think that what we're seeing from Apple is they're compromising on this, we only make high-end things. They understand that people don't want to spend an absurd amount of money, at least most people, and they can serve a whole bunch of people around the world by making good value products with good designs, good hardware, even with some compromises, at a much more affordable and attainable price. On the iPad side, we know that Apple is definitely focusing on this these days. They just slashed the price, in fact, of their base entry-level iPad at that last event from $400 down to $350, which Apple doesn't usually do price cuts. That's nice to see. But also I should say that, if you look around a little bit, do some shopping, usually deals will bring that to $300. And for $300, that's a really good tablet. You're getting not the best iPad experience you can get from Apple, but you're getting a good screen, good speakers, good battery life, and basically the full iPadOS experience on a device that's not going to break the bank. Apple understands that many people want the iPad and they want their products. They don't want to spend an absurd amount of money. This base iPad is a great example of a good tablet, good build, good features, and at a much more affordable price. And when it comes to the iPhone SE 4 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting iPhone upgrades we've ever seen, let alone one of the coolest things we've seen for the iPhone SE since its introduction. We're hearing that Apple is finally going to modernize the iPhone SE in a really big way, giving it an iPhone 14 style design that finally ditches the home button. It gives us Face ID. We have USB-C. We get an improved 48 megapixel camera. Even the action button might be making its way to the iPhone SE 4, as Apple is finally bringing a ton of value and a lot of features to this more affordable lower end iPhone. The iPhone SE for years now has not been the cheapest, but it's been a really good affordable iPhone option. And now with all these rumors on the iPhone SE 4, Apple's value proposition for the iPhone is getting better and better and better. And look, I'll admit that I've been one to give Tim Cook a lot of flack over some of his decisions. I think that for a while there, Apple had way too many products trying to serve way too many markets, and that's definitely a valid concern. But I just find it so fascinating to watch this shift happen at Apple that I think is a good thing. They're perfecting the formula on both ends of the spectrum, and I would love to see the SE line, AirPods SE, iPhone SE, iPad SE, MacBook SE, all these, different products really deliver a ton of value at a good price. And I'd love to see Apple be challenged not to make the shiniest, fanciest, best thing, but to make the really best product with the most value at the least price possible, because I guarantee they can do more. I would love to see what a $300 iPhone looks like. So I'm curious, guys, where do you stand on this? What are your thoughts? Do you think Apple should try to compete at the lower end to take on the budget Android phones, even just the lower end market in general? Is this a space Apple should be in, or do you think they should only focus on the mid-tier and the high tier? That's where Apple accelerates. What are your thoughts on this? Your thoughts on Apple pricing? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. Like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I appreciate you all. I'm Robert Rosenfeld from the Apple Circle, and I'll see you all in the next one.